Alright, so this is a continuation of the previous tutorial going over the creation of the door. So we've got this guy and we had a couple of errors here. Right, our door is sitting on the center line of the wall, but our door stop is not actually sitting in the right location. We're going to go ahead and fix that, and then we're also going to set this up so that our symbols will actually look appropriate in plan when we're looking at this guy. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go back, and if you have multiple files open, which you will at some point, we can go ahead and pop this button up here. And we can go and look at our family. This is our file. Oh. Spoiling all the fun. So let's go ahead and look at this. There we go, family 3. Alright, so here's our door. And we can go ahead and select this guy, and we're ready to take a look at this in plan here. Let's fix some things. So this is looking good. Our door is actually attached to this. We already attached this, but our profile on this edge is not actually attaching properly. So we're going to go ahead and take this. We're going to edit the sweep again. This is a nice thing about working in Revit here. We're going to go ahead and if we select this profile path, we can edit the profile. And we want to use our align tool. We're going to align that geometry to that and lock that relationship. So check. And so that's going to fix that. Finish. Okay. All right, and the next thing we need to do, and we'll reload this here in a second, make sure everything's looking correct. But now we're going to take this guy and our extrusion, and actually we're going to change some of the visibility graphics so we don't see it. We're only going to see a symbol of it when we're looking at it in plan here. So we're going to go ahead and edit, and we're going to go ahead and turn. All right, so I got to that by selecting the extrusion, and then under visibility graphics, we're going to turn off the plan, and then we're going to turn it off when it's being cut in plan as well. So we'll go ahead and hit OK. Alright, and now if we go ahead and reload that into the project, hit OK, overwrite the existing file, you'll see that now that door has disappeared. Okay, and so now we're ready to go in, and if we select this guy, we can flip it back and forth. All of our flips are working, but even though it's not appearing in plan, it is in fact still existing in 3D. So we've only just turned off its visibility in that one version. So now we're going to draw a symbol line to actually show that that guy is, what that guy is, how the door swing is working in plan. Sorry, if I could be articulate, that would probably be helpful. So I'll open this guy back up. All right, and now we're going to go back into plan, and we're going to come in here and create. Annotate, create a symbolic line. We're going to create a rectangle here, and we're going to go ahead and, since the door is going to swing this way, go ahead and just draw this out. So I'm going to go ahead and draw that, and then I'm going to go ahead and also draw a couple reference planes, RP. RP to draw a reference plane here, and so now we know the thickness of our door here, so if we dimension that, we can come in here and set that as a parameter. Now this is actually not going to be all that accurate because we have taken a chunk of that actual width out in here, so we need to probably figure out what that dimension is and set that as a parameter. And so as you guys go through this, you're going to want to pay attention to what that is here. And for this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to, point of fact, fix this. We're going to add a correct parameters in here. So again, we're going to go back into our sweep. I'm going to edit this profile. And I'm going to go ahead and I need to create my reference planes here. RP. Okay, and so then I'm going to take this and dimension from there to there. Now I'm actually going to create a parameter here. So I'm going to add parameter, we'll call this door stop. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. And now if we come in here, we can, under the door stop here, we can grab that and we can actually set that distance. We'll call that 1.5 inches. Hit apply, hit OK. And so you can see that that updated the reference plane. So now we need to go back and modify our sweep. So take this, edit sweep, take our profile, edit profile. I'm going to come in here and align this to this, lock, and then align this to this, and lock that relationship. All right, hit OK. All right, and you can see that this is going to, you want to make sure that you've set up all your constraints ahead of time to do this. So I'm sort of moving through this to make sure that we can sort of get this going. But all right, and so now we come in here and we start to modify that. We can, where are my parameters? There we go. Set that to 1 inch. We hit apply. Ooh, that's not what we wanted to do. And that's just because I was turning it into feet here. Yeah, so what I was going to just destroy, essentially throwing that into 2 feet would have had a bunch of overlapping, made a lot of bad geometry, so it was airing out. Okay, so now that's constrained and we know that that's 1 inch, so what we can do now when we set this up, we can go ahead and I'm going to dimension this over. Let's set this dimension as our width, which is the full width of the door, and then we need to, I'm just going to use the copy, CO, I hit CO. I have 2 door frame widths here, so I'm going to go ahead and take this and dimension from there to there, dimension from there to there. I'm going to set both of these guys as my doorstop thickness. Alright, and now you can see that that's in there. And so now we can take our reference lines here. Oop, what I just did there. And if we align this, we come in here, block that reference. And then we can also come in here and we'll align that. And then we'll align that. And then we need to create another reference plane here to accommodate for our thickness. So we'll take this guy and see that. Okay. And we will dimension that from reference plane, so this reference plane, pull this out. Now we're going to set that as our thickness. Alright, and then we can come in here and actually align this stuff so that this guy aligns with this guy, and we'll lock that relationship. So now our symbolic line should be attached in all ways and is parameterized to, and I didn't do a very good job of paying attention to that, and remove constraints, and then we'll lock that constraint because that's where we actually want it to be. Alright, and now we're ready to visualize this. So if we, first of all, hit save here, we'll call this door 2. You can call it the front door, whatever it is you're working with. And if we go and look at this and load into project tester, it's going to ask us if we want to overwrite them. Oh, well, I gave it a name. And you can see that now that's been loaded in there. And if we take this guy and start to edit the type parameters here, we should see our symbolic lines update with it. 5, hit apply. Alright, 5 feet, now our door longer. All right, so you can see that as we edit these things, we're intelligently modeling all this. So we'll take this and put it down to 2 feet so we can see that dramatic update. Oh, I can't make it, so it's gone ahead and so we'll go to 3 feet and hit apply. And you can see all that's been updated. Okay. All right, so then we need to go back. And the last thing we need to do is we just need to create a symbolic line for the arc. More views. Door 2. Go to our reference plan here. Now we just need to create an arc. So we're going to insert or annotate symbolic line. We're going to draw an arc here. From there to there. We'll go ahead and lock and lock. Oh, we can train the sketch here. And we should be fine. Oh, yeah, we want to lock that to this point to that point. Alright, so then we can go ahead and load that project back in there. Overwrite the existing. And then we come in here and edit that out. Change this to 4, hit apply. And you can see that updates. And now we have our door swing working and functioning properly. Alright, and that's it. And the next thing we're going to cover is we'll go through how to actually add hardware to this in the next tutorial.